Fantastic.
Yeah,
this is like being in Coronation Street.
Is it?
This close.
I haven't seen Coronation.
It's mint.
Is it?
It's full of people with flat caps and pigeons and
whippets.
Whippets.
Black puddings.
A fucking lot.
Nice.
Northern fucking monkeys. All of them. Northern fucking monkeys. Sorry, yeah, crack on. Anyway,
back,
be here all week.
Back to you.
Back to reality. Good evening. Good evening,
All right.
Techno Acid House pioneers.
Okay, right. So,
You got a whippet.
first question. It's easy enough.
Yes.
Who are you and where are you from?
Hello, my name is Darren Partington, and I'm from Miles Platting.
I'm Andy Barker and I'm from Manchester.
So, how long?
I know, could I just stop you there?
Yeah.
We're 828 State, by
We're
the way.
828 State, by the way. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Good evening.
27 years, man and boy. Boy.
27.
27 years we've been in this
27?
game. No, not me, 27. We've been in the game. 27.
Oh, yeah, right.
In the game,
Sorry.
in the game.
Yeah.
Yes, we've been.
Explain to me your 808 state history then.
Me and Andrew started out as hip hop DJs, electro DJs in the 80s. We had our own DJ crew. We were breakdancers, body poppers, and we had a DJ crew in a local youth club in Manchester in the 80s, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then we met up with Graham, a guy called Gerald, and Martin Price in the late 80s, didn't we?
Yeah, 86, I'd say it was.
Yeah, through a record shop called Eastern Bloc, based in Manchester. All the clever people used to buy their records from there. All the good people. There's not many good people in the world, is there?
No.
And Acid House was exploding
Not
in
playing
Detroit.
vinyl.
No, true. So we used to go in on a Saturday and we met, and we were influenced by Chicago, Detroit, techno, and we decided to do Mancunian Acid House with a guy called Gerald. We had a collective then, didn't we?
Yeah, we all had bits of equipment, and when it all came together, it was sort of kind of a studio kind of thing. But
We all had separate machines, didn't we?
yeah, everyone had a little bit of something different, so
Yeah.
putting them all together, it kind of worked.
And we used to do collectives. We used to do like little sound systems, Acid House sound system nights at the boardwalk, didn't we? And we used to put our own nights on. And me and Andrew and his brother Eric used to put raves on in the early days, round the corner from the hacienda, illegal raves, parties. And it all sort of spiralled into this big melting pot, which they call, at the time it was called Acid House. It was techno and Acid House. And it mutated. We formed a band then, didn't we? And started to tour, play live, didn't we? All over America and stuff.
Was there always a live element to the nights that you put on then?
Yeah.
Bringing all that technology in and looping and sampling and all that kind
Yeah,
of
because
thing.
that's all
Is that a
you
hip hop sort of thing as well? Right?
You could only do it live at the time. You know, it was not possible to do anything else because all the machines, they all had a little sequencer built in. So there was only one way of doing it, which was basically up loads of leads up and have loads of kit spread all over the tables, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Looked quite boring at the
It
time.
looked like a reggae sound system. It looked like a sound system. It wasn't John Paul, George and Ringo. It wasn't a band. But what we did is we had a couple of hits with Cubic, Pacific in Your Face, and we managed to take the whole English rave scene to Germany, to Holland, to America, to Japan. And we weren't 808 State. We were the British Acid House scene, and we represented the raves. And every time we had an interview in the early days, they were asking about what are these warehouse parties and what's this and what's that and what's the house and what's this and what, you know. It wasn't like we were in a band. It's what's 808. It was about what's the subculture you belong to. So we basically took it on board and we started playing all these rock festivals, didn't we?
Yeah.
And standing our ground as an acid house band with samplers and keyboards and computers. And doing the same, playing all these strange festivals in Europe, didn't we? With Iggy Pop and all that, but holding our own as Acid House. You know what I mean? Proud, standing proud and saying, "Look, this is what we are. This is where we come from."
So it's probably a question you've been asked hundreds of times, but when obviously Gerald was famous, well, went off and did his own thing. So I mean, was there any? It doesn't sound to me like there was any sort of animosity there.
There wasn't
at all.
at
We
all.
were too busy, weren't we?
Yeah, it's not like someone leaving the band.
No, at the time when we was in a recording studio. What actually had two studios built into it, so we was in one doing some stuff, and he'd nip off and go into the smaller one, doing his own thing, and there wasn't any animosity at all. He was involved in Pacific, and he wanted what he was due, and he got what he was due. You know,
Which is good. It's good. Yeah, but everyone was happy, weren't they? Because
Yeah,
we were moving forward. Pacific had happened. 12 months before, about 6 months, 7 months before, and we'd already moved on from Pacific. We had a load of stuff, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were writing albums, and that was unheard of for a dance band. And then we've always DJ'd as well as a parallel, so we've always brought that back into the band. But we'd moved on by then, and Gerald was doing his thing, and we signed to ZTT Records through Warner Brothers, signed to Tommy Boy in America, so we were mad busy. So there was enough love and enough room for everyone. Everyone just cracked on because we didn't realise how quickly or how fast things were going to change. You know what I mean? And we've been in the game over 20 odd years now, doing acid house, which is quite surreal, really, considering we're not a band, and we've released lots of albums. It was just happening naturally, wasn't it? It was like an organic thing; it just happened naturally.
So what happens when you get the big contract with Warner's or Tommy Boy, and there's suddenly that's commercial pressure there to be a pop, well, not a pop, well, a pop act of sorts.
Yeah,
well, they left us to it, didn't they?
There wasn't any pressure there. That's the thing. They just, because they didn't understand what we did. They just kind of went, go away and do whatever you're doing.
When we got pre-sales for Cubic, and in your face, we had people from Warner Bros. Going in. I don't want. Why have we got a midweek of 7? And we were going. You're out. You know, he was doing Curtis Stigers and someone else at Warner, and his kids' radio plug has gone. You've gone in at number. Midweek is number 7.
They just didn't get it.
So we were laughing our heads off, going, "The kids are behind it, mate. We're behind it. Our people are behind it." You know what I mean? So it was good. And then we got off to Europe, didn't we? We got off to America for a bit. So it died down a little bit and came back, and then it gave us enough time really to start writing albums. And then working with MC Tunes, one of the UK's most decent rappers at the time, and we did an album with him. We were given the time and the money to do an album with a British rapper in the early 90s, which was an unheard of thing, and it's just getting re-released now in Japan again, and people are looking back, aren't they? It's like Aphex Twin releasing our very early stuff. It's like it's reintroducing people to it, and we're ready to take it out live again. We're quite happy to put a really strong band together and go out as 808 again, and we're not wearing white gloves. You know what I mean? There's nothing. If you've got a smiley face T-shirt on, I'll be very upset. But we don't do that business. We're a proper band because we were there at the start. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it should be. Hang on, that could be me.
Oh, you can't have fun.
I'll be back in a minute. Hello.
Just clean up.
Go on, mate. I'm just being on the.
That's not professional, you knob.